These videos are centered around the ideas of concepts and responsibilities. Concepts are just how you understand the game of basketball. So when we're on offense, when we're on defense, when are we in transition offense, transition defense, what is a contested shot, what is a spin move, what is a drive to the basket, what is a shot fake. All these things are concepts, just words and things that you have to understand so that we can talk to each other about the game. So I'll start to introduce certain concepts so that we make sure that we're understanding one another. The second big thing that we want to understand is your responsibility. What are you supposed to be doing at each point in the game? And that is obviously changing depending on the context of the game. So after watching this first video, what I want you to be able to answer is that these following questions. First, you should be able to answer what a quality shot is. You should be able to recognize it when you get a quality shot or when the other team gets a quality shot. Secondly, I want you to be able to answer what is a bad shot. What does a bad shot look like when we take a bad shot? What does a bad shot look like when we force the other team to take a bad shot? Third, I want you to be able to understand and answer what are the 4 phases of the game. Fourth, what are my responsibilities or your responsibilities in transition offense? And fifth, what are my responsibilities in transition defense? First thing we want to understand as a team is what are quality shots? These are things that we want to take. We want to take quality shots, and we want to force the other team to take bad shots. So we have to understand what that means. Our overall goal when we get the ball, when we're on offense, is very simple, and that is to generate quality shots. A quality shot has 2 characteristics. First, it's the distance from the basket. So a quality shot is one that we can make 40% of the time, so that's 4 out of 10 shots when no one is guarding us. You'll notice here that a quality shot will be different for each player on our team, and that's true throughout all levels of basketball. What is a quality shot for a shooting guard on an NBA team is different for what a quality shot is for a center on an NBA team. So it is different for every player. The second characteristic of a quality shot is how far away the defender is from us when we are shooting. A quality shot for us was one where the defender does not have his hand up in front of us when we are shooting. If a defender has a hand up in front of us when we are shooting, we call that contested. And that's obviously we want to contest shots when we're on defense, and we want to get shots, generate shots that are uncontested when we are on offense. Here are some examples of uncontested shots. So you'll see the ball is here on the sideline. There's an inbound, there's a cutter, and right here, when he catches the ball underneath the hoop and takes that layup, there's no defender with his hand up in front of him. Therefore, that's an uncontested shot. Again, here it is from another angle, an uncontested layup to win the game. Here's another uncontested shot. There's a screen and an uncontested 3-pointer that goes in to win the game. Here's another uncontested shot. There's 2 passes to an open 3-pointer from the corner. As you can see, there was no defender that had a hand up in front of that shooter. So we just saw some examples of uncontested shots. Now I want to show you examples of contested shots. These are bad shots. So these are bad for the offense and good for the defense. When we are on defense, we want to force bad shots. When we're on offense, we want to take quality shots, not bad shots. Let me show you some examples of bad shots. This is good for the defense. We're watching Andre Robinson right here. He's actually guarding LeBron on this play. You'll notice that he doesn't let LeBron drive to the basket. He keeps himself in front of LeBron and the basket. And then when LeBron goes to shoot, he contests. That means he gets a hand up on his shot. It doesn't mean he was always blocking the shot, but he's making that a bad shot, a hard shot to make. So that's a contested shot. That's a bad shot. Here he is again, highlighted. He switches. He doesn't let his offensive player get to the hole, and then he contests and actually blocks that shot. Here he is again on the wing, moves his feet, and then contests the shot. This is all perfect defense. This is what we want from our defense. And on offense, we do not want to take these bad shots. So to answer the question, what is a quality shot? It is one that we can make 40% of the time. That's 4 out of 10 when no one's guarding us, and that we do not have a defender that is contesting the shot. Anytime we generate a quality shot on offense, that's a win for us. That's the whole objective of our offense, is to generate quality shots. The game of basketball has 4 different phases. First is half-court defense, second, transition offense, third, half-court offense, and fourth, transition defense. In each of these phases, our responsibilities and actually the goals of our team are different. And that's why we have to understand which phase we are in so that we know what our responsibilities are in each phase. So the first phase is half-court defense. This is just when all of our players are inside the three-point line ready to play defense. Second is transition offense. This is when we have the ball, so either we got a rebound, we got a steal, or they have just scored. The other team has just scored. So we have the ball, but not all of their players are inside their three-point line and ready to play defense. Third is half-court offense. So this is when we have the ball and all of their players are inside the three-point line ready to play defense. Finally is transition defense. So this is when the other team has the ball, our opponent has the ball, and we aren't all the way back inside our three-point line ready to play defense. So we're running back trying to get back. They are in transition offense and we are in transition defense. So now we want to understand what our responsibilities are when we are in transition offense and when we are in transition defense. Transition offense, we have three responsibilities. First, if you are a dribbler, and we will define and talk about who the dribblers are in our team, you will make yourself open and call for the ball. Second, we want to get the ball to the middle of the court as fast as we can. That's responsibility number 2 as our team. We want to get that ball to the middle of the court. And third, if you don't have the ball, you want to run as fast as possible, usually to the blocks and to be ready for a pass and a layup. And we'll talk about different places to run, but those are the three responsibilities we have. If you're a dribbler, you make yourself open. If you don't have the ball, you're sprinting as fast as you can to get open for a shot. And if you do have the ball, you're dribbling down the middle of the court as fast as possible. Now I want to show you some fast breaks, some transition offense. In this play, you'll see the ball handler has the ball, and everyone else that doesn't have the ball is sprinting to try and get open for a pass. This ball handler will pass to another player who will immediately get it to the center of the court. This is exactly what we want to do. You want to get the ball to the middle of the court. Everyone else is running, and you'll see that his teammate spots open for an uncontested or an open shot. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get the ball out quickly. You'll notice in all of these examples, this team isn't letting even the ball touch the ground. As soon as it goes through the hoop, they are getting it out of bounds and passing it in quickly to their teammate who's pushing the ball up the floor. Same thing when there's a missed shot, there's a rebound and a pass, and then you notice the point guard gets the ball to the middle of the floor. So again, watch these plays. Watch how these players quickly get the ball up the court as fast as they can. If a rebounder that is also a dribbler gets it, he just pushes up immediately. He doesn't pass at all. We also have three responsibilities when we are in transition defense. First, we are sprinting as hard as we can back up the court. Number 2 is what we call stopping the ball. This means that we are guarding whoever has the ball and stopping them from dribbling to the basket. Remember that when we are in transition offense, we want to push that ball down the middle of the court. It gives us lots of options to pass to teammates. So when we're on defense in transition, we want to stop that ball. We do not want to let them dribble down the center of the court. And the third responsibility is talking to each other. This is one of the biggest things that we'll talk about in all of our defense, and that's talking. And this means that we are calling out who has the ball. So if I'm first back, I'll yell out, "I got ball, I got ball." So to summarize this video, we talked about quality shots being a shot that is one we can make 40% of the time, 4 out of 10 without somebody guarding us, and one where we don't have a contested shot, where a defender does not have a hand up in front of our shot. We talked about a bad shot being one that we either can't make 40% of the time, it's too far away from the hoop for us, even with nobody guarding us, or it's close to the hoop, but we have a contested shot. There's somebody with putting a hand up in our face. The 4 phases of the game: half-court offense, half-court defense, transition offense, and transition defense. Our responsibilities in transition offense, as you remember, if you're a dribbler, you're going to call for the ball, make yourself open. We're going to push the ball, dribble the ball as fast as we can down the middle of the court. And we're going to sprint if we don't have the ball, making ourselves open for layups or an open good shot. Our responsibilities in transition defense. First, we have to sprint. We have to run as fast as we can back on defense. Second, we want to stop the ball. So we want to stop the other team from dribbling the ball, especially down the middle of the court. And third, we want to talk to each other. We want to talk about who has responsibility for the ball and who is going to pick up the other players that are running to the hoop to try and get layups. We don't want to give up layups in transition, just like we want to get layups in transition offense.